All right, so we just did the cork, all the cork fitment for the blank. And you'll notice I have this last piece. It's gonna fit right in here that I didn't do because the center of this needs to be cut for the dimension of this, the top of this reel seat. So I'm gonna take each one of these off. And as I do, that one's hard to tell, but you'll be able to see that I numbered these when I put them on. 14, 13, and so on, so that I would know the order, because the taper of this blank is such that the pieces here need a slightly different diameter than the pieces down here. So if you saw the last video, I used a file. I think it was just a like a chainsaw file, honestly, that I bought at the hardware store, and filed down the internal dimensions of these. You can see these aren't perfect. I mean, that is definitely not a circle. That's an oval. This one too is a little wonky. I got better as I went on. You know, here's number 12, and that's pretty good. And you also notice that some of these aren't dead center in the center of the cork. I'm pretty sure that's okay too, because there's enough material on this grip that it's going to get turned down on the lathe. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, it'll be a little wobbly, but once we get it centered on the lathe, it won't be a problem. So we're getting down here, 4, 3, 2, hard to see, but that's number 2. And then we have this final piece that's going to sit right here. Now, I could try and estimate this somehow. I had thought about doing this piece before I glued up the reel seat, and I probably should have done it in that way. But I have another solution that I want to try. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out my calipers. And as this build has progressed, you can't see it, but out of frame, there's all sorts of tools and razor blades and all sorts of things that have encroached on this desk. So I think my next step is going to be cleaning everything off. Anyway, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this reel seat and we're going to measure this dimension with our calipers. And I get something like 49/64, which is a little smaller. That's just an odd dimension, 49/64. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lock that. Okay. And now what I have on my calipers is the exact dimension of the reel seat from here with this side of the calipers. And I think what I can do is eyeball that on this piece and make a kind of punch, if you will. It's not quite working, but maybe if I do it a couple of times, because I think that really what I'm looking for here is it's just something that is cut out enough to sit on there, and then we're going to get epoxy that's really going to take care of the rest. So that isn't totally working. We're going to try this a different way. I'm going to get a pen, which I should have had handy, but I do not. Once again. Oh, yes, I do. Right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pen, and I'm going to just sort of eyeball and say, I need this to be about here. I'm going to do that again here.